Hello everyone! Welcome to Kitch More. In today's video, I will walk you through a sample lesson plan which I crafted for Classroom Observation 2 or CO2 of school year 2022 to 2023. For this CO2, we will just focus on COT indicators 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, and 9. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the first part. I would like to highlight the inclusion of the Content Standard and Performance Standard as outlined in the K-12 English Curriculum Guide of 2016. Through this, I am able to develop this lesson plan being aligned with the prescribed curriculum. This has been instrumental in guiding and assisting me throughout the planning process, ensuring that I stay focused and on track. This is now the second part of my lesson plan. I would like to put emphasis first on the three columns that make up its structure. Under the first column, I have put the major parts of my lesson plan, namely learning competency, subject matter, procedure, and evaluation. Under the second column are the content of each major part, while under the third column, I have written the COT indicators that I used for a particular part of my lesson plan. Now, in this part of my lesson plan, I have highlighted here the application of COT Indicator 7. Planned, managed, and implemented developmentally sequenced teaching and learning processes to meet curriculum requirements and varied teaching contexts. Here, I am able to clearly outline the intended learning outcomes and how they align with the curriculum requirements. Also, I was able to consider the developmental stage of my students when I set the objectives. This is the third part, which is the subject matter. My topic here is models of permission. I have indicated here the references including the online resources that I used. Also, I have here the learning materials that are essential in the delivery of the lesson. Although there is no fixed number of learning materials that we must use, let us remember that the goal should be to provide a variety of appropriate and effective resources that support our learning objectives and engagement of the learners. This is the fourth part, which contains the procedure. First, we have here the preliminaries. I start my class by greeting my learners. According to experts, greeting our learners at the start of our class is important for several reasons, namely, it establishes a positive classroom climate and welcoming environment. It builds relationships between teachers and students, promotes social interaction, and develops social skills, helps students transition into the learning mindset, and encourages regular attendance and punctuality. Next is prayer. I believe that it is important because it is the time for seeking spiritual guidance before I start my lesson. However, it is also important for us to note that our learners have different beliefs, so we must ensure that they are respected and also reminded to respect the diversity of beliefs of their classmates. Then we have Energizer here. I do this because I want to motivate my learners and to boost their learning readiness. Then checking of attendance. This is very important because it allows us teachers to monitor our students' presence, track possible patterns of absenteeism, and provide necessary support for them. Then we have classroom management here as well as class rules. Through this, we can help create a positive and productive learning environment. We can maintain order, minimize disruptions, and maximize instructional time and foster a sense of community, discipline, and responsibility among our learners while we provide them with consistency and fairness in the classroom. This is the fifth part. Here you can see the review Of the previous lesson, which is focused on using models to express prohibition and obligation. In this lesson plan, I make sure that the review is fun for the learners. So I adopted one of the activities that I came across with, which is the model quiz show. Now, as you can see in this third column, this part of my LP incorporates the COT indicator 1. Applied knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. Here, I integrate the previous grade level lesson in English about using modals appropriately, which is an application of knowledge of content within curriculum teaching areas. Also, by making use of the test item bank in English 9, I am able to apply COT Indicator 9, designed, selected, organized, and used diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies consistent with curriculum requirements. This is the sixth part. Here we have the motivation part of my lesson plan. As you can see, I am already applying here the COT indicator 8. Selected, developed, organized, and used appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. Since we have a projector in our school, I have a good opportunity to make use of it for my teaching to become more engaging. But the question is, what about those who do not have projectors or TV or any other gadgets in our classroom? Well, we teachers are very resourceful and we can make use of the products of ICT like tar papel or printed pictures for this kind of activity. I also have here the COT indicator 1, which is the application of knowledge of content across curriculum teaching areas. Here, I have integrated the values of ESP or Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, specifically focusing on demonstrating love and respect for parents. Through a visual prompt depicting a child asking his dad to use his computer, I can incorporate ESP by emphasizing the significance of seeking permission from parents before using their belongings. This serves as an opportunity to remind learners about the importance of respecting and honoring their parents' property, fostering a deeper understanding of filial respect and gratitude. Now, in this instance, we can see another application of knowledge of content across curriculum teaching area. The picture portrays a girl asking someone on the phone if she can post his picture on Facebook. This scenario provides an opportunity to integrate ESP by emphasizing the value of showing respect to others. Through this example, I can remind my learners about the importance of seeking consent and considering the feelings and privacy of others when sharing or posting content online, fostering a deeper understanding of respect and digital citizenship. On the next picture, an old man is reminiscing to the kids about a time when he was their age and they could swim in a clear river. This integration highlights the concept of environmental changes or ecological awareness and serves as another application of knowledge across curriculum teaching areas, particularly environmental science. In this instance, I am integrating the subject of mathematics, specifically focusing on the demonstration of understanding basic concepts of trigonometry. So the picture here depicts a child answering the teacher's question regarding the meaning of trigonometry. Through this integration, I aim to reinforce students' comprehension of trigonometric principles, such as the relationships between angles and sides of triangles. So, this provides an opportunity to deepen their mathematical knowledge and apply it to real world scenarios, fostering a stronger grasp of trigonometry significance and practical applications. Next, we have here the part 7. My lesson plan is using the 4A's format, and for this activity, I am applying COT Indicator 2, which involves using a variety of teaching strategies to enhance learner achievement in literacy and numeracy skills. Specifically, I am concentrating on developing numeracy skills. I have personally designed the puzzle here in which my learners will guess the mystery word, which is permission, by solving addition and subtraction problems in numbers 1 to 10. This puzzle incorporates codes where letters correspond to specific numbers. By deciphering the codes, they can deduce the mystery word. For example, when they subtract 5, which is represented by F equivalent to 5, from 20, which is represented by U equivalent to 20, they get 15, which corresponds to the letter P. Through this integration, the activity aims to enhance learners' numeracy skills and their ability to apply mathematical concepts in a fun and engaging manner. In this activity, I am continuing to apply COT Indicator 2 with a focus on achieving literacy goals for my learners. Specifically, I have designed here an exercise wherein my learners will select a synonym for the word permission from the pool of words. Afterwards, they are encouraged to construct meaningful sentences using the chosen synonyms. Through this activity, I can help students enhance their vocabulary skills by exploring different word choices and expanding their understanding of context and sentence formation. The exercise aims to foster literacy development and promote effective communication skills among the learners. Now we move on to another activity where my learners will be watching a video. This activity integrates COT Indicator 8, which involves selecting, developing, organizing, and using suitable teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. By incorporating a video into the lesson, I aim to make their learning experience more enjoyable and engaging. The use of ICT in this context enhances the learning process because it provides visual and auditory stimulation, captures their attention, and supports comprehension through dynamic and interactive content. In the utilization of ICT in this activity, I make sure that their learning is not passive. That is why a follow up activity is given to them as part of checking on their understanding of the video. Now we proceed to part 8. Let's now have the analysis part. In this lesson, I have incorporated COT Indicator 3, which involves applying a variety of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking, as well as other higher order thinking skills. To achieve this, I have included thought-provoking questions that encourage my learners to engage in critical analysis, think creatively, and utilize higher order thinking skills. By challenging them to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information, these questions aim to foster their ability to think critically, solve problems, and approach learning from multiple perspectives. Through this integration, I seek to nurture their cognitive abilities and promote deeper understanding and application of the subject matter. Part 9. In this part, we will focus on the abstraction. In this section, I have used one of the effective approaches to engaging learners in analyzing the formation and usage of modal verbs within sentences. By dividing them into groups and assigning different sets of sentences, I promote active participation and collaboration. This allows my learners to closely examine the provided sentences or questions to their group and identify the patterns and structure related to modal verbs. In this way, they are able to synthesize their understanding after having been able to go through various activities. Now, with the application of COT Indicator 1, I am able to integrate their previous grade level lesson in English focusing on composing a clear and coherent sentences using appropriate grammatical structures, focusing on the aspect of verbs. By integrating the focus on verb usage and grammatical structures from the previous grade level lesson, my learners will not only analyze the formation and usage of modal verbs but also reinforce their understanding of verbs in general. This integration helps learners improve their sentence composition and enhance their language skills holistically. Part 10. My integration of COT Indicator 9, which focuses on assessment strategies, fits well with the pair work activity I crafted here because the activity allows me to assess learners' language skills and problem solving abilities through observation and feedback. Also, I can provide ongoing feedback to help my learners improve their dialogue creation and language use. Lastly, the final presentation of their dialogues serves as an assessment of their overall performance and understanding of the lesson. Part 11. Here in the evaluation part, I can say that I am able to integrate COT Indicator 9 as I am able to demonstrate here my ability to design, select, organize, and use assessment strategies consistent with curriculum requirements. The activity here aligns with the objective of assessing my learners' knowledge of modal verbs and ensuring their progress towards language proficiency in accordance with the curriculum. In this part also, I am able to integrate COT indicator number 7 because I have designed here assessments that align with the curriculum requirements and the developmental level of my students. Also, all throughout my lesson, I was able to use formative and summative assessments to monitor progress, provide feedback, and guide my learners for future instruction. And same with this assignment. Here I have provided my learners with the opportunity to engage in a task based on their interests. By offering options for them to choose from, I ensure that they have a sense of ownership and motivation. Here are the scoring rubrics. These are very important because they give clear guidelines for assessing my learners' performance. They make sure that when I grade my learners, it is fair and consistent because through this, I have set specific expectations and level of achievements. Part 13. The integration of COT Indicator 7 can be incorporated throughout different parts of our lesson plan. It involves careful planning and organization of activities, ensuring a logical progression of content, and adapting teaching strategies to suit the needs and abilities of our dear learners. Specific sections where this integration can be highlighted include the lesson objectives, in which it clearly outlines the intended learning outcomes and how they align with the curriculum requirements. We should consider the developmental stage of our learners when setting objectives. Also, it can be found in the instructional strategies that we use. We select and employ teaching strategies that are appropriate for our learners' developmental level and cater to their individual needs. So, we use a variety of techniques to engage our students and accommodate different learning styles. COT Indicator 7 can also be integrated in our sequencing of activities. So we arrange our activities in a progressive order, we build upon previously acquired knowledge and skills. We ensure that the learning activities are scaffolded to support our students' learning progression. Also, it can be found in our differentiated instruction. We consider the diverse needs and abilities of our students and provide differentiated instructions accordingly. So we modify teaching methods, materials, and assessments to meet individual learning needs and contexts. We can also find it in assessment and evaluation. We design assessments that align with the curriculum requirements and the developmental level of our students. We use formative and summative assessments to monitor progress, provide feedback, and guide future instructions. So, by incorporating these principles throughout our lesson plan, we actually demonstrate our ability to plan, manage, and implement developmentally sequenced teaching and learning processes that meet curriculum requirements and cater to varied teaching contexts. Thank you for watching this sample CO2 lesson plan video. I hope it gave you ideas and inspiration for your own teaching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational content. And so, with that, let's make a difference in the classroom together.